All right, we're live. Welcome to episode 35 of Skulls and Shackles. We're back with some more pirate action. Today, I sat with a $1 razor shave club razor in front of a mirror for about 3 minutes, contemplating whether or not to shave my beard finally. It's
Don't
not
do it.
happening yet, but I might have somebody take a look at it and unscrubify it. Because I was watching something the other day when I had a black shirt on, and I realized I couldn't tell where my head began and where my shoulders and chest were. I was like, this is not good. I just look like a floating face. It's not.
Well, take it from somebody who's been through that before. Cut it before you try to shave it.
Yeah,
Electric
always good.
trimmers or something. Shaving it all the way down from long is a bear.
Oh, I'm not going to get rid of the beard. I'm just considering doing a little unscruffing.
Trimming it
now.
in. Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
Can't lie, I learned that lesson the first time I cut my hair. You cut it
Yeah.
regularly, then you polish it off.
Yep.
I learned that the hard way. It's like, it hurts so much. Why?
Wind up scraping all the skin off your face.
I grow
Oh,
a beard about as well as an elf grows a beard.
Oh, I grow a beard from here to my big toes.
ZZ Top style.
I can only grow somewhat of a goatee, and I'm okay with this.
I'm considering doing a highlight reel that's just like a 1/30th frame, like 1 frame per second of every show I've ever done, just to show my beard growth.
Nice.
Because it would literally be like, boop, 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 boop.
I don't know. When I think of Arthur, I think of a dwarf every time I look at that beard.
A dwarf. That's
Yes.
rather insulting. Fine.
Oh, dwarves are awesome.
You think I look like a dwarf then? I
Dwarves
think
are
you
awesome.
look like a dwarf.
Do I really?
No.
Most people say I'm more of a halfling because I walk around outside with my feet,
I don't
no
think
shoes
you're
on.
the halfling either. I might consider you a gnome, man. Well, if you're delving into literal alchemy.
I am a pharmacy tech. That's what I
Yeah.
do all day.
Yeah. Makes sense.
All right. Let's talk to people and figure out how they are, just for politeness sake. Not because I care or anything. All right, Craig. How are you this week? And how's your cars?
Cars, unfortunately, no progress. Been a busy week. We had a lot going on, a lot of family stuff, and Fallout pretty much absorbed the rest of my life. So car has not made it up to priority enough for me to work on it yet. So hopefully, break over the holidays, I'll get to work on it for a few days. I'll see if I can send you a pic so you can put it up for everybody.
I
I
gotta
get the
tell
bed
you,
back on it.
with Fallout, I actually haven't played in like a week and a half. I've been so busy preparing for this job interview this week.
Yeah. Well, I
And-
restarted. My new character's up to 45.
Monster, you literally already passed me. And you restarted.
Yeah, I restarted like 26.
I haven't even reached level 20 yet. I think I just got mortars from Minutemen.
That was my favorite because I went to the fort and I built like 4 mortars and they all fire in sequence, so it took forever. That
Yeah.
truck that was outside that house, that thing was gone, man.
That's the exact same thing I
It
did. I
got smoked.
was like, this is just going to keep on going, isn't it?
Yeah, it's sad
Yeah.
how shitty the mortars actually are. Like, they
Yeah,
rarely, if ever, contribute. But if you find, like, if you go to the racetrack where all the raiders are and you toss one out, and then you draw them all down an alleyway, it'll just nail all those suckers. Oh, God, it's beautiful. Plus, the racetrack is hilarious. You might accidentally hit the robots.
So
Yeah,
anyway,
That's a
other
very bad thing to do.
yeah, that's a heck of a boom. Yeah. So anyway, other than that, and clocking some Fallout 4, which I just ventured into the glowing sea tonight. Um,
I don't even know what that is.
haven't been doing a whole lot. Yep. There you go.
I don't know what that is.
So
Well, I have
That's
bad
about it.
news. There won't be any Jade Region this week. So.
sorry,
Yeah.
my fault.
Well, I mean, I wasn't going to call you out specifically. You didn't man up to that. I'm never like, hey guys, the show can't meet
Craig
up, and it's
sucks.
this person's fault.
What are you talking about? Remember that time I fell asleep? It's like, it's all Dom's
Oh
fault.
yeah, well, that was a while ago, but
That was my fault, too. I fell
yeah,
asleep in
second
the
off, you
chair.
totally deserve that. Joe Chesler, that is an amazing beard, by the way. Good fellow.
Yeah. It's going to have to, closer to the holidays, it's going to get harder, but, you know,
Hey,
family
it is
stuff.
what it is. Yeah,
That
they
is a
represent
dwarf
the
right
family.
there, man.
So,
I don't know why Arthur thinking an insult. I say he looks like a dwarf. I love dwarves.
That guy
I'm
looks like a
playing them.
dwarf. Look at that link in chat, son.
I need to go to chat then.
All right, I'll put it in the Roll20. Adam, how are you doing this week? You're in a new location, I think, maybe? Is it?
Kind of, sort of. I've been doing a lot of
That's a sexy beard.
moving stuff around in my basement. But yeah, this is kind of the normal office spot. So I've got this like half finished basement, like everything's done but the floors in the bathroom. So I've got like cement floors, but you know, it works. It's functional. It's got power. It's got internet. So it works out good. But no, week's been good. I got the old Christmas tree and got it all set up, and it was like you go to a lot and they're like, oh, what do you need? I was like, something around 7, but no more than 8 feet, because my ceilings are 8 feet tall. They're like, okay, this will be good. Get it into the house. It's like 6 inches too tall. So I'm out there like wrestling this Christmas tree, trying to cut it down to size and everything else. But if you don't cut it just level, it's got that little lean to it. Then you gotta cut it again, make sure it's perfect. It's always a bigger endeavor than I remember every year. So it's like, oh yeah, it's easy. Just throw up a tree, no problem. It's a little more time consuming than I expect. But anyway, it's got the tree up, decorations up, got the wreath up. We're good to go. So we're celebrating Christmas in the household. And I was a few minutes late because we went to Target. My son basically had his $25 gift card from his grandma, and we're like, all right, pick out what you want for your birthday. And
Lightsaber. He picked a lightsaber.
He already got 2 swords
Yeah.
from like his nieces and nephews, which he loves. But yeah, he got some trucks. Yeah, he's all about the trucks right now.
Excellent. My family uses a plastic Christmas tree because we used to do real Christmas trees when we lived in the Poconos, where we had like 40-foot tall trees in our yard, and we would just chop that shit down. So yeah, after that, the tiny 8-foot tall trees were nothing on the realness of real. And I just want to say, speaking of Christmas presents and lightsabers and swords, real quick. I got an Amazon gift card from somebody because they like bought everything on my wish list. I have no idea how they even found it. And that's how I'm getting these the 2 new Star Wars books, Age of Rebellion and what do you call it? Force and Destiny, but they also bought me randomly a double-sided lightsaber.
Nice.
So that might be making an appearance on the show at some point.
Well, everybody.
I could even put it on my Pathfinder show, right? It could be a what are those orc weapons? The double-headed war axe, and their brilliant energy type. Yeah.
I think we're all.
We're getting to be that level, where brilliant energy starts making a 100.
No one ever uses it because it's so terrible. It costs way too much.
It's a +5 weapon, and it does crap damage, but it's really cool.
Well, the ability to penetrate metal armors is great until you're like fighting a druid and you're like, no.
True.
Yeah.
It's really good for urban campaigns.
Oh yeah, yeah. And if you're fighting like, oh yeah, that's right. They can't actually harm iron golems, I think, because you just pass right through them.
Yep.
All right, Dom, how are you doing this week?
Well, my car's in the shop till tomorrow, so I've been doing a lot of dealing with that shenanigans. But they found the problem. The starter was going bad, and it finally did go bad. So, yeah, hopefully I could deal with that before the holidays kick in. Got some overtime this week, as norm. Only technician there. So it's like I'm like a gym. I'm the best technician there and also the worst. And I tell people that every time they come by and with a smile.
Interesting.
And I'm still working on Final Fantasy 1. I think I'll be finishing it up this week. Then I'm going to be going to 2. I'm trying to finish 1 through 6 before 7 comes out, which 7 looked amazing! People complain about the battle system, but I'm like, whatever, it still looks amazing.
You know, I'm not. I saw people that were like, Barrett isn't fat anymore, so he's dumb. But I was like,
He was realistically big.
yeah,
It's like
Barrett was just dumb for other reasons. It wasn't because he wasn't fat anymore. I was just like,
well, he wasn't
I'm not
fat.
really
It's just
feeling
it was very first time doing graphics with a role playing game, and they want to make him bulky, so he just had that over the top, really bulky look. And
Yeah,
now
I mean, I've always thought he looked like Mr. T, but now he looks more like Will Smith to me. I'm just like,
well, some people say Blade, but it's like with the shades.
yeah, maybe.
But at least they got the design right. Like it's very steampunkish. Like it felt like a actual Final Fantasy, unlike 13 was when you're like think you're hanging out in Tokyo. Hanging out in Tokyo, yeah. Well, yeah. Not really much. Hanged out with my sister this weekend because she was driving me around. Took her to one of my favorite places to eat, James Deli, which that place is amazing because they finally got one in town. Pasta's good.
Okay.
Salad bar's really good. That's it for me.
Cool. Rich, what do you got going on?
Well, it's been an interesting week for me so far. Got lots of rest last weekend, pushed out quite a few videos. I had a BattleTech one-shot on your channel this week, Arthur, which was amazingly hilarious with Arthur doing his Scottish voice both in and out of character for quite a while. It was really
I stopped doing
quite
it out
something.
of character because people were getting confused when I was actually out of character.
That was really good, though, and I had a lot of fun doing it. Just, shake some of the rust loose from the old GMing days from times gone by, so that was kind of fun. I'm still a little disjointed, as last night was our company Christmas party. And so when you get a bunch of people with borderline alcoholism together and, an open tab, bad things can happen. And so I had to, keep a tight lid on everyone until about 2 o'clock this morning. And then I finally managed to make my way home. So it was an interesting night. I'll probably be posting some interesting pictures on my Twitter feed, because there were a lot of hilarious moments that got caught on film. So.
Excellent.
So, yeah. Other than that, because of all that, I haven't really got a chance to do too many videos this week. I'll probably be working on one after this, but you probably won't be seeing anything from me until Tuesday or Wednesday at the earliest. Aside from this, that's about it.
All right. Well, let's see here. Let me mark down the time so that our good friends on YouTube will know what's up and know that we're directly jumping to the beginning of the show just in case they wanted to do that. Does anyone remember what happened last time?
Marcus passed some serious gas through a door and killed some
That
rats.
was literally the last thing that happened. That's true.
Marcus have a little brother now.
I think that should be a somatic component for the spell now.
Human
time.
methane? Okay.
Mid-thing. Why the hell not? But yeah, we met
Now I'm
Marcus'
just
little
picturing him
brother.
walking up to the door and leaning over and just going, ah.
He didn't do,
So bad.
he didn't do the pull my finger, SBD.
Just keep digging that grave.
Look
Anyway.
up at Spirit expectingly.
What was it? I think we double checked out and we did some errands to get what was their favorite alcohol, what's their vice are, to make sure the pirate lords that were coming to do stuff. Marcus met his new little brother, the druid guy, and they have this joke between them like, "I'll never see you again," and it's like, "Hey, bro, what's up? Want to hit?"
What was that guy's name? Good guy. Harrison the Swamp Druid.
No, we just named him Marcus' little brother.
No.
Yeah, he was like 19 years old or something, and he's like a 5-year-old in Elven terms, and he's just like, hey guys.
What's
Oh
going
no, he was a
on?
hippie, right? That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, he
He's
was
like,
like,
hey
yeah,
guys.
man, we gotta just get with the green. Gotta understand nature. I'm doing what I want to.
I
What was
do
the
what I want.
phrase that we used, by the way? Like,
I do
I
what I
never want
want.
to see you again, or something like that.
Yeah, I hope I never see you again,
Yeah, I hope I
man.
never see you again.
Except Marcus actually meant it.
Well, that's your little brother, and I
hipster.
guess. And also, he saw what's the name of it, Laris, as his big sister.
Yeah. Go after.
And I'm just that crazy uncle that's like, he put a tree next to my window, grab some fruit. This is pretty healthy. And I'm drinking my kelp beer.
It's actually probably like an avocado tree or something tropical like that.
And I'll still eat it too.
Delicious.
Eat it whole. I get my vitamin C because I have to keep the blood going for blood magic. Scourge says he set up his own like anti-union stand against the union
Yeah,
empire.
that was the thing that happened.
Only to find out they get paid like,
What?
Squat.
daily and then squat.
What was his name? Jebediah Salt.
He was very salty. Yes, indeed. They came in. They asked us about defensive, and I like gave them like a technique of the grip fleet technique, and that gave us like this awesome bottle that apparently half damage on our flagship, which is going to be amazing. And then Scourge was like, you know what? Let's do that tournament. And I had to fight that girl in the tournament and pretty much got wrecked. And Scourge's like, she's really good at wrecking people. I'll keep that in mind. And he's like, if you disarm me, Scourge, I'll declare you awesome. And Scourge is like, miss, natural 20! Combos!
I have to say, by the way, that reminded me when I was watching Dean Diesel, which is Vin Diesel's 30-minute vignette where he plays a witch hunter, and he got like 3 criticals in the row, and I was watching that, I literally thought of that scene, because I only watched it this week, and I was like, wow, this guy's scourging it up. Then it happened again, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty scourging. And then it happened again, and I was like, wow, this is basically Craig right here. Craig is Vin Diesel.
Yeah, pretty much. And then the rat. Well, we did the drum thing. What's the name of Laura's did her performance that she been working on,
she's
and
catching
don't
shit
forget
from,
Sammy backed her up because I decided to get Sammy a headband of intelligence where she can do drums, where they can have something to do together. They basically, and also they have like this moment, like they spend like 30 minutes out of the day seeing the future. It's like, if we go in this timeline, then Scourge died, but if we go in this timeline, Scourge loses his eye again. It's like, wait a minute, how did he get it back the first time? Oh, it's another story of timeline 12.
Too much harrowing. Yeah, I like Odessa because what was amazing is that like no one really understood anything from her perspective. Laris kind of showed up and was just like running messages, and she's like, "Who is this little brat who thinks like he's in charge of me?" And then you're like, "Actually, I'm like the captain's most sacred advisor, and I'm also a really good dancer." And she's like, "Oh, well, okay.
Fair
All right, I
enough.
think I can deal with this."
See, everybody became friends.
I don't know about
I'm
friends.
It's the closest to friendship they're gonna get.
I don't know. I feel like Odessa is definitely Laris's Gary Oak. Like next
Gary
time you're like nearly dead, you're out of bardic performances, Odessa's gonna show up and challenge you to a dance off.
It's like it's gonna be like Guardians of the Galaxy all over again at the end. The bad guy's about to get the final power. It's like dance off time. You're like, what?
I'm distracting you. This is a distraction.
I could have swore that the in the glossary section of the core rulebook where it says player character, it says 100% narcissist. So I don't understand other people's perceptions outside of me. So that's just how it is. That's just how we roll.
Yeah. All right, excellent. I think we're caught up. We diverged quite a bit during that, but the important part is that you are in the middle of a party that you are hosting to prove that you are capable of being a pirate lord, Scourge, and earning both your place on this island and your vote on the pirate council. While you have had a challenge from the werewolf captain, Avamar Soranash.
I thought you just want to talk to him.
Oh, he wants to talk privately with Scourge about the way he shit-treated his son, his foster son.
Wait a minute, that's not his I thought it was his biological son
No,
or
it's
something.
his, yeah. So, Chumley, who no one ever bothered learning the actual name of, is his foster son because Chumley is a natural-born wereshark, not a werewolf.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
What? He got better.
After you made him work the bilges for like 3 months. Yeah.
He was a stowaway. Technically, we should have murdered him, but we didn't. We showed mercy.
On to the next part. You then were in a sword fight contest duel challenge with Lady Cerise Bloodmorn, where she made a lot of terrible innuendos, and Scourge eventually won by whipping the sword out of her hand. And finally, there was a problem in the kitchen, and there were a bunch of rats, and then rather than have a huge combat, you just gassed all the rats until they died a horrible death.
We learned there was a chemical downstairs that attracted them, though.
That's true. Does anyone have any of the details on that?
Well, I did an alchemy check, and I knew the type of chemical it was.
Yes. Did you write it down?
Curse you. Now I gotta go on YouTube. I'll be right back.
Okay.
It was like a resin for
There's
mating
a rat farm, though.
rats. It was like basically catnip for rats.
Yes, something like that.
Well, we have suspects, I guess.
Yeah, so after that, they begin the drink course, where Odessa Raycrow and all of her serving men and women all begin serving large pitchers of dwarven ale to everybody in the hall. And it begins to get rowdy pretty quickly. And that's when Captain Maze Daramar, the very quiet aquatic elf in the corner, the only one who has not yet challenged you, kind of leans towards Scourge and is like, I think that we should speak privately, Captain.
Very well.
And he gestures out outside, and then as he goes outside, he kind of like waits for you out the door with his hands folded behind his back in a very scholarly, like uniform position.
Okay.
And then gestures up towards your ramparts, the extended defensive position you put upon the edge of your fort.
Before I walk out, I'm going to make sure that one of the officers sees me, get their attention, and let them know that I'm walking out.
You see
Captain,
me like
perhaps you'd like to bring all of your officers with you.
I mean, we can. If that's okay with you, I just wanted to.
It is perfectly all right.
Okay.
I prefer quiet. My ship is very different than the way you foster. We are very elven.
That's quite all right.
Perhaps a walk along the ramparts to clear our heads of this particularly potent ale.
Okay.
you see me swigging my kelp beer right now.
So we do the cut to the Elrond with advisors walking around Rivendell scene, where you guys are just walking along the halls at the edge of the fort, looking over the like palisades and all these, I don't know castle terminology, but lots of really sweet emplacements and like mounted ballista. And Maze is just like, now, Captain, I am curious as to how familiar you are with the Shackles in particular. While I understand that you are a somewhat new pirate, it is expected of all pirate lords that they be capable of deploying anywhere in the Shackles in case trouble occurs, whether it be a Chilaxian fleet to the north or a Sargavan resistance to the south.
Well, I am a native of the Shackles. I was raised here.
And what do you know of the smuggling coves of the local area?
Odds and ends, not a lot.
Weather patterns?
Sufficient.
Okay. Can you make a either geography, knowledge, nature, or survival check to demonstrate the width of your knowledge? If you don't
Wow.
have those, you can have someone else step in to do it for you.
I have. No, I am. No. I have 1 rank in survival, and that's it. So
my question is,
somebody
who
else
do
do
you
it.
toss this to, and how do you do it?
Well, I hope I know which of my crew has knowledge.
I would assume
Said-
the wizard has knowledge.
You said survival,
Knowledge,
Geography.
and nature.
and knowledge nature. Okay.
That
I have
would
nature.
be me.
I have a +10 in each.
Adam? Can you beat that?
I think I have a 14.
Except
in
for survival.
Okay.
Oh, you got 14 nature, then lead the way.
So
Oh,
how
wow.
are you passing this to Laris?
I'll tell him that it's very important that you know your strengths and weaknesses, and my crew is my officers specifically are an integral part of my ship and my operations.
And young lady, I assume you are the navigator for this vessel?
I assist wherever there is need, and specifically, I do not have the title navigator.
What is your job on board the ship?
I don't have a specific title besides officer, but I entertain the crew and I help them with their morale and keep them in good spirits. Other than that, I'm here to provide any assistance where I can in inspiration.
Wow.
Horrible roll.
17, huh? So he frowns and says, perhaps you should consider specializing in whatever it is your captain needs. I find that your knowledge of currents and navigation around the local area is possibly insufficient for what might be required. Captain Scourge, you may want to spend more time with your charts and less time with your ale.
Oh, if you want charts, I can buy you with charts.
Yeah.
It is not just the charts that are important, but the knowledge of how to use and read them.
Yeah. Very well.
Now, as you may be able to tell by my heritage, and he gestures to his long, flowing green hair and his kind of dusky skin, I am more than a bit aquatic elf. I have had the adaptation that happens among my people. I was wondering if you had any creatures of my kind on this island.
Aquatic elves
Had any
or
or
elves?
encountered? What did he say?
Anything aquatic in nature.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
prefer
yes.
to speak
Absolutely.
among my people.
The
Our friend
What
by
was
the
the-
beach.
what was the lady on the beach that we told the stories to?
Seraphina.
Seraphina. Yeah. Yes, Lady
Lovely
Seraphina.
lady,
We've
sister.
entertained quite extensively.
And who is this Lady Seraphina?
She is an Undine,
No, she was
right?
something.
No.
She was a certain type of outsider that I can't remember the name or pronounce.
You're like, she's something aquatic. He's like,
No.
Very well.
I mean, I would.
It started with an N. I can't remember the name.
Nerid.
it was an Arian.
Yeah, Nereid.
Okay.
Ah,
Something
well,
like that.
for you to earn the trust of an Arian speaks well of you.
She was interesting.
Um,
Definitely different. And of course, it was
Yeah.
the what was the name of the lady that we freed from the well? The Jinn.
Not Jin.
No.
I thought she was Jinn. She gave wishes.
Here's a water elemental of sorts.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Looking
she was a genie, but she wasn't specifically a Jin. That's a different race.
Oh, I thought in general they would call Jinns. Oh.
So you guys are like fumbling over each other to describe all the
No
water-based
kidding.
creatures you've seen, and he's like, I will meet with this Seraphina in the morning. It is good for you to spend your time finding those unfortunate aquatic creatures. I find my kind are ill-treated among the Shackles, despite our obviously superior heritage. I have
Oh,
a
yeah.
gift for you, Captain.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
And
In
he hands
advance.
you over a impossibly intricate, very, very tactile conch shell called the Horn of the Tritons. It allows you to control weather, summon sharks, or cause fear.
Interesting.
Nice. Okay.
Does it do music?
I mean, if you blow it, you activate its magic.
I look towards the bard.
It's like the Horn of Helm Hammerhand. You don't activate it unless you really need it.
Oh, okay. Because a lot of stuff that's like, hey, it's also a musical instrument too. Brr, 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 brr. Basically,
Yeah, I
like a
mean,
Power Ranger thing.
I could definitely use it. I have enough UMD to use it well.
I don't think it's a UMD thing.
You just use it. That's all you
Oh,
do.
you don't even have
You
to
literally just blow it. It works.
once per day. Got it.
Calm rough waters, summon D4 sharks, 500-foot aquatic fear. Nice. Okay.
Now, Captain, is there anything else we should be discussing while I'm here? I often find that those candidates who I've spoken with over my long tenure as Pirate Lord, they forget details that perhaps I should know, and when I fail them, they come back later and beg. I do not appreciate that. If you have something you need to say to me, you should do it before I finish my judgment.
Not that
Question:
I know of.
Which port does he hail from?
Are you asking him, or are you checking your own memory?
I'm trying to check my own memory knowledge.
Okay, knowledge local.
Okay, knowledge local.
He is a resident of Drenchport.
Oh yes,
He
Drench
does
Point.
not rule there, but he makes his port there.
Oh yeah, you're for Drench Port, right?
Yes, a very lovely town. Absolutely fantastic. I understand that the black kelp beer that you are currently drinking is brewed there in quite large amounts. It's very healthy for you.
That's why I love it. It keeps my blood flowing.
Yes, I insist that my entire crew drink it all the time.
Unfortunately, I can't get my crew to drink the stuff. They're more to other things.
Have you spoken with them about the health benefits?
Yes,
I had
I
a
have.
3-day long lecture about it. The crew was very interested to attend.
I tried, but you know, to each their own.
We are a very intellectual sort, I should admit.
Yes.
Wow. That's a new way to torture the crew.
Yeah, look, but I can't lie. My grandma was a aquatic elf on my mother's side.
So he puts his hand on like the back of your forearm and is like, very interesting. Why don't you tell me more about that? As he like gestures for you and him to just keep walking along the ramparts and separates you from the rest of the group.
No, I guess I
So
don't.
he's just like, can you tell me your hereditary at least 10 generations back, preferably?
Oh yes, yes. I bring out notes of like the both sides of the family, but I focus more on the elven side.
Yeah. Okay. A few minutes later, we find the group back in the main hall. Let's see here. There's a bunch of possible events here that you've all managed to get past.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Yeah, none of that. None of that. That didn't happen. That didn't happen either. Okay. So, somewhere during the middle of the feast, as things are winding down, you see Avamar Sorinash. He's backed one of the young female courtiers, one of Odessa's people, into a corner, and it's just like, so, you want to come back to my ship, huh? Yeah. and she's trying to like get out from under his arms, and he at one point like grabs her by the throat and just slams her back in the corner and keeps talking to her like that.
See me walk over. It's like, well, hello, good sir.
What do you want? Get out
Just
of
make-
here! Can't you see I'm talking to this nice lady?
I kind
I'll
of
be
do.
one-
Can I
no.
do a sense motive on the lady?
Sure.
Okay, let me see. What's my sense motive? Curses.
And you're doing a sense motive to detect her current emotional state?
Yes. How is she
Whatever it's
feeling
called.
about this situation?
Yeah.
So I'll see if I can find
He's upset and frightened.
the
I say to
Callisto.
him, of course, I have to make sure all guests that are here are welcome and enjoying themselves. I see you are having a good time drinking. Do I smell alcohol now?
Yeah, he
Well-
reeks of it.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna run down Odessa and see what she can do.
So Odessa, like while you're doing that, Odessa's coming towards you, and she's like, "Admiral, there's a problem. I think the werewolf is getting out of control. He's slamming one of my girls into a corner, and well, look at his pants."
Thanks, but no. I'll pass.
Is his pants still on?
Yes, but he has a very visible erection through.
You
Yeah.
see me kind of step in between her, like, say, friend, wouldn't you like to partake of more foods and more wines? As I tried to talk him
Interesting.
down.
Can you make a diplomacy check?
I'd say I would like to step in and put a hand on his shoulder and make a suggestion to him.
Yeah.
Thus for another drink.
I
Okay.
will.
So yeah, you start talking him back, Aces, and then Marcus shows up and starts talking to him about getting another drink. He's like, "Yeah, a drink would be good. I don't know what came over me. It just seems very strange. Yes,
I know.
another drink would be good. That last one left a funny taste in my mouth."
Uh-oh.
Yes. We're all friends here, drinking, having fun.
That's,
A little too much fun as I kind of look at his pants, but not trying to. It's like,
Yeah.
Let's
I
see if we
kinda
can find the mug that he was
leads
using.
him off. I want to turn to the girl and tell her, "Go to Odessa. Do not come back into this room tonight."
do we have the mug that, like Craig said, that he was drinking?
You would certainly have to find someone and ask them.
Okay.
We're
Yeah,
gonna-
that young woman is like, "Oh, yes, of course. I'll work in the kitchen for the rest of the night." You might want to
Someone-
get a collar
yeah.
to leash that beast.
We have someone of probably our party is definitely sabotaging things here.
Yeah, I want to know if there's anything that I'm aware of that can actually trigger a werewolf form outside of, like a full moon.
Oh,
Okay,
he's
sure.
a natural werewolf, so he could trigger himself turning into a werewolf at will.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he could just do it.
I didn't know if there was any
But
type of substance, natural substance that.
Oh,
To
you can
force
make a
it,
knowledge
yeah.
nature check to see if you know of something naturally.
Yeah.
There
Okay.
you go.
Can you make a perception check real quick?
You see me like fist
All
bump.
right. Final question, Laris. Do you have craft alchemy?
No.
All right. So this is what you get out of that series of checks. You kind of detect something on his breath that definitely shouldn't be there. You're not really sure what it is, but it reminds you a lot of that cinnamon structure that's used by a lot of pirates to knock them out. It's what was used on Scourge and the original crew to knock them out. Yeah, it's something along those lines, There's nothing in your memory with the 26 on nature that would force a werewolf to shift. That's very unlikely.
Well, knowing that Aces identified, I believe it's Aces that identified the alchemical substance that we found
Yep.
with the rats, I'm going to immediately go to him, whisper in his ear, I don't know what it is, but there's something, there's a strange substance, not of, natural causes, that may have triggered his werewolf form.
Instincts. Or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
instincts.
After befriending him, can I try getting talking to him and tell me about yourself, your heritage, as I try to sniff his breath a little bit, but
Yeah,
not trying.
sure. You get close to
Okay.
him,
Okay.
and
Do I?
he's just like, "Yes, of course. As you know, I'm Avamar Soranash, a very feared pirate out of Olo. I kill lots of people, take all of their stuff. How you should live life by taking their stuff.
Yes.
I'm
That
a
sounds
real
like a
bad dude."
That sounds like a very direct approach. I can respect that. Is I was that? Do I do the perception check first, or do I do the alchemy
Oh,
first?
perception check first.
Okay. Let me see. What's my perception? Make sure that's right, 'cause I know. Well, you see me kind of. Let me see. Where's my button for this? Ah, here we go. Bam.
Okay, can you do your craft alchemy now?
Yeah. Bam.
You can tell, given your earlier knowledge about what's happened and kind of the smell you get off of his breath. You don't know the specific substance, but he's definitely been dosed very heavily with an aphrodisiac, an alchemical one at that.
Hmm. But he seemed kind of tamed right now, right?
Yeah.
I tried to stay by his side to tell I guess, how long would the effects last for, per se.
You have no idea, because you're not sure which one it is, and you have no clues to the dosage. You can only tell, what the effects are to him right now.
Okay. Well, I try to stay by himself and keep him occupied throughout the night, so I'm pretty much stuck with him.
Okay.
I kind of do the side-by-side shoulder talk with Ace. It's like, what? You're the one with the alchemical skills. Why don't you try and suss out who's doing this? I can keep him occupied here.
Fair enough. Do I see any of his mugs on the table where he was drinking at?
So remember, you guys were outside talking before you came in. You have no idea where he was drinking at earlier.
But
I
usually
think as
people.
you walk off, Aces, he starts the conversation with Marcus, and he's just like, "So, have you ever considered becoming a werewolf? The benefits are incredible, actually.
You know, I have
Renewed
considered it at the time.
youth,
too.
great
Please tell me.
vitality and vigor."
Well, let's discuss it a little bit. Please tell me in great detail everything about it.
Well, you see, all I have to do is bite you real quick. Won't hurt too much. Just a little lycanthropy. Just don't fight it in the middle of the night. Everything will be fine from there. You'll become a werewolf. Increase strength, increase dexterity and constitution. You'll be able to run faster, harder, longer, fight better. There's absolutely no drawbacks to it at all. And just think, you could pass it on to your children. They could become natural lycanthropes. Even better.
As he's talking about it, I try to, feed him more drinks and do my best to keep him talking about that and concentrating on that as opposed to anything else.
Okay. Do you have any temptation at all to become a lycanthrope?
None whatsoever.
Okay.
Do I hear this while I'm walking by?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, I don't know. Being a werewolf be kind of cool.
Yeah, he's definitely playing it up. He's like, yeah, it's great. It's basically like drinking sugar all the time.
Can I tell him to meet me up after this party? I might take the offer.
Pouring him another drink. Please tell me about one of the more exciting adventures you've had whilst running around as a werewolf.
Oh, man. Yep.
Dude,
He goes
no.
into great detail about all the times he's shifted into full wolf form to rip somebody's throat out, and then gone back to either hybrid or just regular human form with his jaws still around their throat, tasting their delicious blood. Pretty much most of his stories end that way. Yeah. So, Aces, you were going on an investigation, right?
Yeah. But I told him to hit me up before the party ends, 'cause I might want him to be a
Okay.
werewolf.
All right.
Okay, let me see. I asked the maids, do you have any cups that, I guess in the kitchen, that the werewolf have drunken from?
Yeah, you pull one aside and she's just like, I'm sorry, sir. Just looking over your uniform for any indication of what your rank actually is.
You see me pull back my hair, and you see the first mate, I guess symbol on my
she's
shoulder.
like, yes, of course, first officer. we've been cleaning all the drinks very quickly. You have to understand, we need to get them washed, dried, and then put back out there for more ale.
Okay.
I'm not
Uh,
certain if we tagged which drink specifically was his. That sounds pretty unlikely.
I tried. Let me see. I looked through the. Do you know what drinks
You
had
can
he been
try
drinking?
sniffing them and see if any of them still smell that haven't been washed yet.
Oh, yeah. Can I go do that?
She shrugs and she's just like, very well, if you want to smell them, I'm not going to stop you.
You see me have my new fancy sword out because I need that. At least, I guess holding it. Have to at least actually have it hold to get the bonus.
I think you just have to have it equipped on you, like belted on you with
Huh?
a baldric.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah,
Do-
with
do-
the 29, you sniff over all the remaining drinks. You don't detect any traces of the alchemical substance.
Do you know what he was drinking tonight, or he was drinking a mixture of things?
I'm uncertain. We've been serving a lot of dwarven ale over the last few hours.
I checked the alcohol. What's the name of it? That we have left
Okay.
to make
yeah.
sure everything's checks out. Like a perception check.
You go tap the kegs real quick.
Yeah, like just smelling it, absorbing it. Like,
All right, 26. Yeah, they smell dwarfy.
Okay.
There doesn't seem to be any substance on that part of it. When you get a mug for yourself, it's just clean dwarven ale.
Okay.
As far as you can call that clean, given all the impurities in it, but sure.
I report to the captain in private. It's like I can't find anything. The cups are even clean. He seems kind of tame right now, so I'll probably keep an eye on him. Is that correct?
All right.
Okay, with you, Captain Surge.
We've definitely got a saboteur, and we need to keep a super sharp lookout on everybody. Pass the word around the other officers, and I'm going to start watching closely.
Okay, yeah. When you start watching closely, Odessa Rayquo approaches you and kind of smooths her gloves out on her dress, and then stands like back to back with you, but is talking to you, and she's like, "Captain, there may be something of an issue that's come up.
I am not the least bit surprised.
Please don't
What's
turn
going on?
around. I'm not certain who's watching.
Okay.
One of my servers was approached by a woman earlier tonight to put something in Captain Soranash's drink. I have two of the other men holding him away, but that's left us understaffed.
Holding who away?
The servant who put this in his drink.
Okay. Yes, we would love to speak with this.
Of course, he's in the cellar, with
right.
the dead rats.
All right. Which of the officers are not currently occupied?
Sounds like Marcus is pretty occupied. You might be able to pull him away.
Okay.
Tag Marcus out because I kind of want to talk to the werewolf guy.
I don't think Marcus wouldn't feel that would be a good idea. I don't think if I leave this guy alone, he would try to molest the help again. Yeah, we really don't want that.
I'll just grab Laris then.
Okay.
Head down to the basement.
Okay. Do you need me to tag along now?
You can hang out with those two.
Okay.
The
caster. You see me walk up to Marcus and give him the elf bro fist. We got this.
All right. As you descend into the dim lit by a guttering flame, the basement smells of death and the horrible stinking reek of a dissipating cloud kill spell.
Dang, Marcus, what did you eat?
Really?
That's what happens when he tries.
I was going for a necromancy smell. You immediately have to make it about farts.
Well, I mean, that was the somatic component for it, right?
As you descend, there's
never trying the kelp beer again.
Two of the servants from Odessa Rayquo's group have a third sitting on a chair, and they've got him loosely tied up, and he just like hand waves. So his hands are like tied, so they're like on the chair, and he just waves like this. He's like, "Hello there, Captain." My apologies. The name is Willis.
Willis. Well, good evening, Willis. I'm told you know something about Captain Soranash's drink. What can you tell me?
Yes, sir. I I was out throwing out the scraps out in the junk pile earlier tonight when a very beautiful young woman approached me and asked me to put something in Captain Sornash's drink. So I did.
Ah, you did.
It
Well,
seemed like a good idea at the time, sir.
Yeah, that might not work out so well for you though. So did you recognize this young lady, and can you tell me what she looked like
Well,
and
I've never seen her
where?
before, sir. Flowing black hair, completely naked.
Son of a gun. Our did our Nerid that we met have flowing black hair?
Yeah.
So we have a okay. Great news. I'll ask.
Can you have me untied, sir? I just want to get back to work. I'm not sure what all the hubbub is about.
Well, we very narrowly averted a very serious situation because you put something in a pirate lord's drink, which
Well, yes, I
if he
understand,
finds
sir.
out,
But it
if
was a
he
good
finds,
idea.
yeah, it sounds like it was a really good idea at the time. But I'm not sure he's going to think so. So I'm going to keep you down here for your safety because he might be a little perturbed.
Oh, very well,
Um,
sir.
I'll
If I'm going to be down here for a while, could I at least be untied and maybe have a deck of cards?
don't think so. Let's just keep him here. I'll make sure that he's secured. I'm gonna.
Very well.
I was gonna say I was gonna tie him, but my escape artist is terrible.
I think it's your
It's
bab
just
when you
no,
tie
it's just
somebody.
your CMB.
It's your.
Oh, it's just CMB. Okay, well then I'm gonna have this poor guy. Okay, I'm gonna make sure he is securely.
All right, you start retying him, and the two servants who are watching over him are just like, "Sir, is that really necessary?" He
One moment, let me
seems.
finish tying him, and I'll let you know. Once he's tied, I'll say, yeah, I think that the Nerid offshore has charmed him, and he may not be himself at the moment.
Ah, of course.
Because I can't believe that any of you would think that it was a good idea to pour drug into a pirate lord's drink.
And so the second one's like, "Aye, well, no. As long as he's not blamed for this, I suppose." Are you sure we can't get him a deck of cards? Well, I guess his hands are tied quite securely.
Yeah. It's,
Can we get a deck of cards? I mean, if we're going to be down here watching him, at least we can
Sure.
play some towers.
Absolutely. We'll let you three.
These guys.
The two of them are looking at each other, and one of them like winks behind your back at the other, and you see they're both like fingering their coin pouch, like, yeah.
Just start taking somebody's money.
I have an
Oh,
extra deck of cards that I will lend
Yeah,
them.
I can bet they're going to play solitaire. Sure. All right.
They said they're going to play towers. That's a game you play with a Harrow deck for money.
Oh, I misunderstood. Okay.
Yeah, no, they're not playing solitaire. They're playing poker.
Yeah, I've got
Okay.
my family heirloom Harrow deck, and I've got like a spare.
Oh, okay.
You got the air and a spare? Good,
Yep.
good, excellent.
Nice. Oh. All right. Well, I'm going to talk to Odessa and tell her that I believe he's been charmed, and I'm going to make my way around and let the other officers know that it looks like this is Lady Seraphina that is sabotaging our efforts. I don't think she wants us on this island, so it may behoove us to find and stop her before it gets much worse. Not many naked, dark-haired ladies running around these parts.
That's
It could
true.
be our evil twin sister. Plot twist.
Yeah.
Do we
Okay.
know where the Nerid managed to pull the servant aside at?
In the junk pile behind the kitchens, I assume.
Well, you know, no
But that
party
does
was
mean
complete
she's inside the
without
keep.
fireworks.
Yeah, really. All right, so yeah, we're gonna have to start watching for her outside. I think I'm gonna have to maintain a presence in here. It's gonna look really odd, but if you guys want to look for Laris and Aces and see if you can find her. Because Marcus is going to be tied up, and I don't think it'd be a good idea for me to leave the party.
Okay. Bring in Sammy then.
Okay, well, don't engage her unless you have no choice, but just make sure you try to make sure you can find her, or try to find her.
Oh, we're just gonna try to have a friendly talk with her. Girl to girl.
Okay.
Why am I somehow doubting that? Yeah, so you're searching the premises for signs of Serafina.
Yes.
Okay. There. All right, cool. Go ahead and make a perception check. Where are you looking for specifically?
She's a water creature, so somewhere near the path that have water. Is there a river like stream coming by here or something?
There is
like?
your fort overlooks the ocean. The place where you specifically met her at is like directly across the bay from you, but it's several, it's like 2 miles away.
Fair enough.
So are you looking in that direction, like towards the water and the coastline?
I'm guessing we're probably looking in this area first. That's just my guess. How about you, Laris?
Yeah, I'll join you if you need some help with looking around for this water creature. But I don't have any, dark vision or any way to see in through water. So
Don't worry, I should be able to handle this. Let me see.
Okay.
Might be able to catch her using her abilities or something, though.
Okay.
I'll aid you if I can.
Perception.
Okay, with the 27, you do find kind of like small elfin tracks leading down to the beach.
Elfin.
Yeah. They look very much like the tracks she left when she was walking about.
She did look a lot like an elf.
True. Okay, we follow the tracks.
All right, they lead down to the beach in front of the fort and directly into the water, leading to where you saw her when you first met her. You find a similar set of tracks that goes about 30 feet up the beach and then stop.
She went into the water probably.
So, yeah, I mean, there's tracks coming out of the water towards the fort that go 30 feet and stop. And there are definitely tracks from the fort that go down to the water, straight into it, and then there's water.
Should we go across to see her? Question mark.
I would not. I would wait for her to come back this direction and see if we can catch her while we're together.
Yeah, I really
There's
don't
no
feel
telling
like
what's
going
going to happen if the two of you, try to take her on by yourselves.
It could be really bad.
Yeah. Yep.
So what's the plan, Aces? You're going back to the captain?
Yes, I report what I saw to the captain.
Okay. Ocean Owl. Okay, so now that everybody's back in the main feast hall, your barracks, what's the plan?
If I was a saboteur, what would I do next?
There's a million guesses for that, unfortunately. The old thing about playing defense. You have to defend everything. She just has to figure out one.
True.
All right. I best bet is just watch for her and try to intercept her.
And also to make sure all staff stay away from the ocean for right now.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, I guess I go back to my friend the wolf guy.
Okay.
So, my question, can I use blood magic to manipulate the wolf blood in me?
You're asking Avamar Soranash?
I'm talking about like outside a game.
No.
See if I can tweak it to my advantage.
Yeah, werewolf is not anything blood-based. It's curse, so it's
Well,
on your
blood
soul.
moon. I don't know.
It's on your soul. So, Captain Admiral Master Scourge. One of the servers comes up to you, and it's one of the young women this time, and she's like, Scourge, are you going to see the woman Seraphina?
I believe we're going to see her, yes.
I think you should do that. It seems really wise.
Okay, why?
You should go see her.
Okay, well,
Are you going to do it right now?
sure. I'll do that right now, because that sounds like a really good idea, right?
She nods her head. She's like, yes.
Yeah,
And then
sounds
you
like
notice she like has her hand on a dagger, and then she's like, yes, it seems like a good idea. And she like stuffs the dagger back into her dress. I'm sorry, what were we talking about?
Yeah, we were talking about you coming over here and looking out front for a minute.
How much?
Okay, I mean,
Bring
I'm
her.
really busy back in the kitchen.
Yeah, it'll only take a moment.
All right.
Drag her over to Laris and see what the heck is going on with this dagger.
Okay.
I think she's charmed.
How much staff do we have? Essentially, waiting tables and serving drinks and all that stuff.
Dessa Requo has 14 servers.
Yeah.
You sent one permanently back into the kitchens to keep them away from Abamar Soranash. You've also put 3 of the men in the bunker under the ground.
Yeah.
In your underground kitchen area. So you're down 4. You're down to 10 open servers.
Okay, I'll send a runner out to the ship to have someone come and sit in the basement with the guys so the other 2 aren't tied up, because that makes no sense.
Are you sure? They really just want to play some towers.
No, they need to be out here working.
You send a. It's going to take a little while to get some of your crew members. I mean,
I didn't realize that was one of our 14 servers, or I would have done it.
Yeah,
on the
like
spot.
I said, they were servants.
Okay. Yeah, I missed that they were the actual.
Here's the question:
servers.
Did you invite your crew to this party? It sounds like you think you didn't.
I would assume that they're here. I don't know that they're going to be right in the middle of the main room, but I'd assume they're here. I'm not going to leave my crew out of a big old party.
So they don't need to even go all the way back to the ship. You just need to send a runner to find like the closest available crewman to go.
The closest available, not fall down drunk crewman. Hopefully.
Oh well, that might take a while. Yeah.
That's why I sent someone to the ship. Was because I want someone sober.
All right, so you send someone back to the ship to go get Adion, who's kind of like your crew sergeant.
Okay. And I'll make sure that he is served good food and all that, so that he's not completely left out. So, and get those 2 back working. Yeah, if I'd have known that was 2 of our servers, I would not have left them down there. So.
Okay. All right. So now we have Laris and Scourge, who have dragged another one of Odessa Requo's young women into a corner, and she's just like, "Yes, Captain, this breathtaking architecture looks quite nice."
Laris, tell me what you can. I think something's going on here again. One moment, young lady. We'll get you back on your way momentarily.
Very well.
I'll give her a little diplomacy just to make sure she's not too shook up.
Okay, yeah, that's some pretty good diplomacy. The 34. Pretty damn good.
All right.
So what's the deal?
I wanted to have Laris look at the magic on her and see if we can figure out what the heck. I told him that she looks like she's been charmed, and there's something going on with that dagger.
Well, I'll cast Detect Magic on her, but I don't own. I am not trained in Arcana, only Spellcraft.
That's gonna make things a little hard.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you detect the following.
Am I still needing to be taking care of our wolf friend, or?
No. He seems to have calmed down drastically as time has gone on. and gone back to just still trying to recruit people to become werewolves, but not
Cool.
trying to make out with anybody.
Then at that point, I would have rejoined everyone else.
Sure. Laris, as you're checking for this young woman for magic, you don't detect any remaining spells on her, which means that it had to have not been a very powerful spell in the first place.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would have lingered around for quite a bit longer.
Yeah. Just like a suggestion or something. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it seems as though we're being asked to find Miss Seraphina, and she charmed this lady to come say that. Unless we know where she's at, I don't want to go wandering around and leave our party, our event unprotected.
Yeah, I think the main purpose of these events, Admiral, is to distract us and keep us away from entertaining the guest and making sure everyone's having a good time. I'm able to cast a few minor spells to keep the amount of servants running, but they all must stay within approximately 50 feet of me. So I can help us with our short staff, but leaving here at once, I think we're in danger of, ruining the
Control
party,
our party. Yeah.
which is the main purpose of this event.
True.
I think we need to. Sorry.
I think the best person to go talk to her probably Laris, because y'all are actually somewhat on a friendly terms.
I would be willing to bet that was all a lie. She's in here sabotaging the party. She's got ulterior motives, so it's very likely that was just pure baloney.
Yes, but we don't necessarily know what those motives are yet.
Right. Okay. Well, I think
It sounded like the aquatic elf went to go see her, or was wanting to speak with her before we knew of her
Wait a minute,
immediate
is he
whereabouts.
back yet?
He was going to go see her in the morning.
okay.
Oh, he's still here.
All right. Well, does it look like the party's in hand? I mean, is there anything?
Yeah,
It seemed to be running okay.
It's not like the party's going to immediately collapse, but it's winding down,
Okay.
And all
People
of the
start-
events are over, so now it's just the drinking, dancing part.
Yeah, everybody's just hanging out. Well, if
Yeah.
they seem distracted enough, we may be able to disappear for just a few minutes if we want to try to run her down real fast, because this has got to stop.
It does.
Okay. Now let's go look for her. Can anybody locate her or make an attempt to locate her?
I think that would be perception or tracking.
Yep, that would be survival. to
Tracking
track.
is it? Okay. All right. Well, then let's try that. I will attempt to aid.
Okay.
Searching the ground for tracks and whatever.
I mean, if you're looking for tracks, you literally already know that they lead directly to the water line.
And she's aquatic, so I get a bonus.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you
Yeah.
know where they
I
go.
just want to make sure we're not being fooled. That's all.
Okay.
I mean, obvious tracks are great, but
Yeah. So this is where the tracks lead.
okay.
If there's that black line,
Straight to the water. Okay.
and area N is where you first met her.
She made a straight
Which
line
is
towards
going to be a heck of a hike. Crap. Can we fly over there to cut the time down on this?
Yep. You could also teleport. You know, summon.
Oh, we have teleport, and we've been there. Nice.
It
Okay.
doesn't go that far.
Oh, teleport goes quite far.
Teleport.
I don't have teleport. I have dimension door.
Yeah. Dimension
Oh.
door doesn't go. Dimension door.
Yeah. Yeah. Dimension door's just long. All right.
Oh, that's right. That's Jade Region where they have teleport.
Yeah. Okay.
There was the plan
well then.
to teleport all the way across the world and back to heal the party member. There's like 7 or 8 teleports in a row.
All right. Well then, can we just fly to get this over with as quickly as we can?
Sure. Yeah.
Is that gonna cut into your?
Mass fly cast?
I don't have that spell. Mass fly. Only got regular fly.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
like, can someone cast it repeatedly on everybody?
Cast what? Sorry.
Fly.
Fly.
Nobody has fly? No. Okay.
I think
Scourge
Mark,
is like, we can fly over there, and everyone's like, I don't know how to do that.
I was thinking about Jade Regent. We have
You got
fly in
some
Jade
wings?
Regent. No, Jade Regent. I'm on the wrong campaign.
yeah, I only got one fly prepared. Wizard.
Okay.
Up towards Marcus for guidance.
Well, I can get there pretty quick, just trudging across the bay.
You're just gonna run across the water.
Um,
I mean, are we sure that we want to leave the party that long?
that's what I'm saying. That's a long time unless we have some way to speed up.
I don't see the urgency. If she's all the way over there, then why?
Yeah.
We're trying to neutralize the threat. So if we're basically leaving our home base,
Yeah, 6
we're
miles
just
walking.
exposing ourselves.
Yeah, 6 mile round trip. That's going to take a while. People are going to notice.
Yeah, okay. Crap. All right, let's just keep an eye out for her. Make sure she doesn't sneak up on us and stir something up again.
Okay.
Dadgummit.
We'll set watches. And
Yeah, after a few minutes, Adion shows up and approaches you, Scourge.
Who?
Your crew sergeant, Adion. The guy you sent
Adion,
to
okay.
go keep track of the guy in the basement. He's like, Captain,
Yes, sir.
what's going on here?
I
I understand you need me for something.
Yes, I need you to watch over one of the serving people downstairs. They've been charmed.
that's
I guess
very
we can check him
unfortunate.
and see if the charm is worn off. Let him get back to work.
Oh, okay. Yes, of
Um,
course.
Yeah,
Have you
I
considered
wanted you
going
to sit
see
with him,
that-
but we've recently found out that the spell that was used on him is a little more short-lived than we expected. So,
Oh, that's very strange. Have you considered going to see Serafina?
yes, we have, but we're afraid of being gone from the party for too long.
Oh, are you sure?
Am I sure what?
Do I have any way of detecting if someone's been charmed?
Yeah, it's a sense motive check. You can also check magic on him, but he's actually starting to draw his sword right now.
Oh.
It's motive.
Admiral, perhaps we should go see Serafina.
The plot demands it.
It's not specifically the plot. She has an infinite supply of people to continually throw at you.
Yep.
The thing is, you haven't told anybody, so no one's like, "Oh, don't talk to Serafina, huh?"
Well, and I was trying to keep from stirring up the party, but at this point, I think we're going to have to.
I know.
We've got no choice.
I know, and it works out in her favor no matter what
know.
you do.
Yeah, I know.
We don't want to murder our teammates.
It's not like you're
Well-
being railroaded here. It's just literally the plan is keep.
Yeah.
Yes, you can definitely tell that Adion is currently under an enchantment effect with a 28 sense motive.
Yay.
He's acting outside his normal behavior structure.
All right.
Well, I should say, pulling a sword on his captain. That's
Well,
slightly.
he's just
out-
pulling it out right now. And he's just like, Captain, I strongly suggest
Like playing with it.
you go see Serafina.
All right.
Okay,
Well,
I'm
does it
going to
take
go
us-
check on that guy in the basement and make sure he's
Yeah.
not charmed anymore.
Yeah, you do that.
Okay.
So how long does it take us to get over there?
You tell me what's happening. He just slams his sword back. He's like, huh. Wonder why I had that out. Anyway, better go check on that charm guy.
All right. I will. We're going to have to warn the staff and the crew at least. So we need to spread out and tell the staff and the crew to stay the heck away from Serafina. Describe her and see if we can.
I don't think you need to describe her. Pretty much everybody know who she is.
Okay. All right. Well, good enough then.
The naked lady who walks around with the shawl.
Yeah. Just try to buddy system. Y'all keep an eye out for each other. Do what we can to minimize her access to our people.
Okay, while you're doing that, Odessa is like, Captain, are you sure that's wise? I don't mind telling the servants, but many of your crew are drunk. They might let this slip accidentally.
Oh, yeah. No, good call. Try to get with the members of the crew that aren't fall down drunk yet.
Okay, that shouldn't be that hard to tell.
Pass on the word and see who we can feel like we can trust and try to have them watch the rest. So we're going to be gone for a while.
Well, enjoy your trip.
Yeah.
Try not to get charmed.
Try not to.
Have you considered putting some earwax in?
We have a bard. We should be able to cancel Sonic based stuff. I think that's the way they work.
So
But
she
yeah,
just
we'll work
shrugged.
on the
She's like,
earwax.
I'm sure Laris will be competent.
Wax is a great idea. We'll look at that. Okay.
No,
Do we have any earwax?
when
We
when
can get.
when we encountered her last time, it did not. The counter song was not effective.
Yeah.
Okay.
So grab some earwax and let's do this.
She never attempted to suggestion any of you though.
Yeah.
What
It
you
is-
guys were falling onto was her beguiling aura, which is just looking at her that happens.
She's so
Right.
sexy. Let's look at her. God.
Yeah.
All right. So I mean, if nothing else, the candle wax in your ears will give you some bonuses to the save or
Sorry,
something.
Captain. What?
Yeah.
I want to point out it does make casting spells more difficult. You have to make a check
So.
in order to cast.
We'll. Damned if you do, damned if you don't, guys. It's up to y'all how you want to do it.
Hmm.
That's okay.
Well,
I-
we can actually.
I don't
Does
need some
anybody?
So
Can anybody do protection, and that will stop the suggestion, right? It's mind control.
Wait a minute. What's her?
That only
uh,
works if she's a specific alignment.
Yeah.
Oh, the control only works for a particular alignment. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and we have no idea what she is.
Couldn't even remember what race she was. So
Yeah,
you
true.
probably don't know her alignment.
Yeah, and that
We
would
can-
be.
We can assume, or at least I can assume, that with all of her actions lately, she is chaotic in nature.
Well, she could be lawful, just
don't-
opposed to us. You
yeah, we
know,
don't
this could be
consider-
her. She can consider this her island, and she's protecting it. And we're
Step off.
interlopers, you know. All right, let's press on. Force march, jog, something. We got to get there and get back.
Double time. We're going dwarf speed.
Okay. All right. So you arrive at Seraphina's grotto.
You irritate me, lady.
Grab everybody's tokens.
mage armor. I will have cast mage armor on everyone.
Sure.
Not much help, but sometimes
Touch
just
attack.
a little bit.
Helps against touch attacks. Nothing else.
Yeah, I'll throw up a false life on myself.
You
Along-
can
do my-
array yourself however you want. You have to start 30 feet away from her. which
Okay.
is when
I
she
go through my
notices you.
buff cycles.
Heroism.
Yep. I feel heroic right now.
Tell me how you guys want to array yourselves.
What does heroism do again?
Oh, I'm just casting this on myself, but it's +2 to your saves, attacks, and skills.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah,
We might
I'm doing the
not
same
want to
thing.
be in a cone, just saying.
Give me a sec. I'm just going through my heroes sheet right now. It's like,
Oh, and everyone's going to probably want to macro in +5 to attack and damage as soon as
Okay.
my turn starts. But you have a static +2 morale bonus from me.
I get my heightened awareness up doing this.
Lady Seraphina, why in the world are you trying to sabotage us?
Okay, so you arrive and you say that. As you see her arrive, and I'm actually going to have to eat shit for this, because of what happened last time. I need to know, and this is going to be a weird question, but this is Pathfinder, so occasionally I do some weird shit. Is every character here sexually attracted to women? I know, that's a thing.
Not Sammy.
Yes, but only if they have beards.
See, now I'm actually, because we never really went into anything like that with Marcus, I'm tempted to say no, but that feels a little bit too like metagaming.
Yeah,
If
metagame.
we're no, that's fine. I mean, if
Like,
your answer is no, we can go back into that.
But
deeper
I'd never
later.
thought about it, really.
Yeah.
remember Marcus is, well, I mean, not Marcus. Mordecai's in the cutthroat grog, the rough and tough type of woman.
So the answer for you is yes. Scourge
Yes.
is yes.
So my answer would be no.
Okay, so
Sam's no.
when she sees you arrive,
I
Scourge,
say yes for Marcus.
you say okay. You say yes. you deliver your speech, and she lights a bottle rocket, which rises into the air and bursts with a brilliant red light. And she says, "Captain, I'm so very sorry. The tiny man made me do all of this. He has my shawl. He can control me
tiny
when he
man?
has it."
What tiny
Question
man?
mark. What's a shawl?
And why did she just signal them to start attacking our freaking party? Crap.
Are you asking her all these questions?
Yeah.
Tiny man,
she's
I think,
like,
is the guy we
I
had
apologize.
to-
Which question is more important for you to answer?
Attacking the party.
Okay, not the shawl. I'm not sure what he's doing. He is some sort of alchemist, a halfling, maybe gnome. I don't know races very well.
Skinny hair. All right.
Captain, I'm very sorry for what I'm about to do. And she begins walking towards you.
We'll recover your shawl for you. Don't
I
do
can't
this.
not do this. I'm sorry.
All right, y'all run. Just get away from her.
Okay.
Oh well, never mind.
Yeah.
Too late.
I use my heightened awareness to get a +2 in my
Okay.
initiative. Okay, see how did this work?
So it should be noted, like, the whole time she's talking to you, she's been, like, slowly approaching and, like, shaking as she does so.
Yeah.
She has to do this. And the weird thing is, I was watching Jessica Jones today, and I was like, oh, God, this combat's going to be so Jessica Jones. Okay, Marcus, you're up first. What do you want to do?
So she's advancing to attack us, right?
She is advancing.
Okay. I will give her a scorching ray.
Okay.
We hope to not kill her, I guess, because that would reflect badly on our aquatic pirate
Well,
lord.
yeah, if you go to Maze Daromar, tell him to talk to that aquatic creature, and then she's
Yeah,
dead
tomorrow
the
morning
next
she's
morning.
all burned to crap. Yeah. I mean, we got to take her out, so go, but try not to just freaking.
You see,
kill
Scourge's like, take her
but-
out, but don't hurt her too bad. Ugh.
Yeah, don't try not to
Complicated.
kill her, but because we're not real good at subdue.
All right, you're going to need to roll some touch attacks there, Marcus.
And Adam, you said we had a +5 to our attacks, right?
Not yet, not until my turn, but you have a +2 to attack and damage for morale.
Okay, so that'll give me a +14. The exact same.
Are you guys level 10 now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't update the overlay again. All right. Yeah, those are both definitely going to hit. Undoubtedly. Does Scorching Ray have an SR on it?
It does.
Yes, it does.
All right, I need you to make an SR check as your beams begin whipping towards her. Just make one for the whole spell. All right, what'd you get?
At a 15 and a 34.
You just make one for the whole spell.
Oh. So 15.
Yeah.
A 1 and a 20. Nice. In the wrong order, I might add.
Yeah, sorry.
Thank you for the host, Swargula, and all of the Swargulites that are about to start flooding in here. How are you guys
What?
tonight? Yeah, as you start casting your red fire beams towards her, she just kind of looks at them as we go into like slow motion. We can see like the fire erupting from your hand, and just like looks at them and waves her hand, and your fire just disappears.
So
Just
do you
that's
wanna-
not going to work on me. I'm so sorry.
I apologize too.
For what's coming next.
Is anything else you want to do, Marcus?
Do you have any attack spells that are no SR? Might want to check in between.
Oh, I'm sure I have several.
Okay.
Most of my spells are attack spells, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
I will
Away.
diagonally step over this way. I'm a little concerned that
Okay.
whoever has her in control might try sneaking up on us from behind.
All right. Maelstrom.
Okay. You see Minstrel like start running back, and as he makes his move action, he pulls out a Rod of Mercy,
Okay.
and I use the rod to cast Scorching Ray on her.
Okay.
I do it non-lethally.
Right. All the same stuff as last time. We need touch attacks, and if they hit, a spell save.
Touch.
Okay.
Now for spell pen. Yeah.
There you go.
Right. And
All non-lethal.
both of your touch attacks miss.
Damn, she's good.
Yeah.
Dang. You got a 28 touch and missed?
Yeah.
Oh,
as
no,
you-
28 was the SR.
Yeah. You got a 17 and a 20 touch.
17 and 20
So
touch.
yeah, your like fire beam starts stretching towards her, and she just like as they're approaching, moves sideways like the wind and just keeps like dodging them almost mystically. It looks like she can at least partially see where they're going to be and just step out of the way.
And you just see like my character's like, damn, she got skills.
Okay. Anything else you want to do?
Okay, let me see. What else do I got up my sleeve? Let me see. Sammy. Okay, Sammy is gonna try to cast Confusion on her.
Okay.
Pen check. That's one of her domain spells. Level 8. Nope.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. Not with the 10. Yeah. You try to lay an enchantment weave over her. What does it look like when like this enchantment starts going off?
This enchantment looks like a emblem of Callistia, as it like grows. You see like the symbols, like you ever watch Ruby, like the symbols when they do magic.
Yeah.
You see the emblem of Callistia pop up, and she's like, "Confusion," and you see
Yeah.
her like gets like denied.
Seraphina just waves a hand again, and like your emblem inverts itself, so like it turns upside down into what heretics of Calistria would normally use, and then it just sort of shatters into like dripping blood as she continues to approach.
You see Sammy got her shield out, ready for action.
Okay, so I'm gonna slide into here, and so I'm gonna need Master Scourge and Marcus to both make saves for the Beguiling Aura, as just being near her is causing you to be distracted and fascinated. So that's will saves from both of you.
You get a +2 within 30 feet of me, resistance bonus, but it doesn't stack on Cloak of Resistance.
Let's see if I have a resistance bonus. I do not have a resistance bonus, so you can add 2 to that.
Okay. All right. Marcus, you're fine. Scourge, you are fascinated.
With an 18?
Oh, yes.
Wow,
Quite
okay.
very.
Arthur, I made a mistake. That's supposed to be +9, not +11.
Still more than enough. I need you to make another will save versus a mind-affecting compulsion spell, Scourge.
Okay, 1 second. Let me look on my conditions and see. I think will a 1 or a 2 matter? Because I get bonuses for them being aquatic and...
No, you're
okay.
very far from what
Very
you
far,
need.
okay. Wow. So another save for what?
For the exact same thing, mind-affecting compulsion.
So
She's
I get
looking
plus
at you
2.
and she's just like, Scourge, I could use a coconut from the grove. Could you please bring me one back?
All right, so
All the way over there.
Yep. Yeah, I don't have the spell save. I must have traded it for something.
Okay, Scourge, let me just double check.
Wow. Unfortunately, will saves are Scourge's doom.
Yep.
Did you have the +2 and all that stuff from?
It ain't gonna matter, not with a 15.
Are you sure? This might be a different effect.
Oh, well, then yeah,
It
it's
is
a
a different
+2 for that, +2 for that, and a +1 for aquatic.
So your total is 18.
I'm looking to make sure there's anything else. Saving throws, yeah, +2 versus spell and spell likes, and a +2 for her being aquatic, so a +4. That's a 19.
Okay, yeah. You come to your senses, at
Oh.
least as far as that goes.
Yeah,
Don't
21.
think that going to get a coconut during the middle of an
6.
attack on your board is a good idea.
That would also make my previous save a 24. No,
Yeah.
18. What did I roll before? Where'd it
16.
go? I can't
16.
find.
The
A 16, so I get a total of +6 and make it a 22. 2 for.
Good enough.
Wow. Okay.
All right, Laris.
All right, so I'm still fascinated, and that does what?
You're fascinated. I'll get you the condition.
Oh, never mind. I've got it on a sheet. Go.
All right.
Okay. Well, I previously know that being fascinated does not, or her beguiling effect does not work against counter song.
That's
So
correct.
that's a bummer.
However, the spoken suggestion could be countered by that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to attempt to charm her.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to work well. It's charm monster, to be specific.
All right. What's the... I'm almost certain that has an SR.
Oh, yeah. So I'm rolling that right now.
Oh, man. SR's going to kill us, y'all.
I might have to inspire greatness to get my caster levels up. I think I can do that.
Yeah, you take no action unless you're threatened, and a fascinated creature's ally can shake it free as a standard.
Yeah, I'm going to do... That's the problem with having too many darn archetypes is...
You're
You don't know what you have.
When you get abilities every level, and there's a lot of abilities that get countered off. Spark Greatness.
Yeah.
So it looks like...
This is terrible, right? The name of this chapter, by the way, is The Fires of Indigestion.
Oh,
Yep.
Wow.
Okay, so I need to know what I'm rolling against. What's the will save here?
yeah. I'll roll my...
SR
I'll say
check?
Inspiring Greatness, and then... Whoops, what am I... Did I roll it?
Your SR check's just going to be your level. Almost certainly, right?
Yeah, I got spell penetration, and then Inspire Greatness will get me another 2 caster levels.
Okay. All right. Throw it down.
Damn it.
Don't think that's good enough.
Yeah.
It definitely is not.
I'm
Okay.
done.
Anything else?
That's all I can do. I'll take a
Alright.
step back, but I don't think it's going to work.
Well, unfortunately, Craig just stood up and walked away. So we're up to Marcus.
Do we want to try and keep her alive?
You're a bloodthirsty savage.
Look at you, Marcus. You don't believe in gods.
This is true.
I try to do non-lethal.
Well, we're having some difficulty with her, so I'm going to drop a glitter dust just to the right of her.
You might want to be careful how you're dropping that.
That's why I said just to the right of her. 10 foot, the range will
Yeah.
for her,
about
not
right.
anybody else.
Okay.
Yeah, 10-foot burst.
All right. I
Yeah,
don't think
problem
Glitter Dust
is-
has a...
Actually,
Nope.
I'm almost certain it doesn't have
Look,
an
it's
SR,
just-
but she definitely makes a pass on the will save.
Darn it.
yeah, there's no SR on it.
So you hit her with the glitter dust, she just closes her eyes briefly and then opens them back up.
Darn it, woman. You're so powerful.
Well, it was worth a try. Sorry, now we're gonna have to kill you.
She's like, well, I don't want to be killed, but, I'm not trying to kill you specifically.
I'm not
You
trying to
see
kill you either.
You see me shout? I don't think we're going to kill her. I think she's going to murder us, most likely. No offense, lady.
All right, Maelstrom, what are you doing?
Okay, you see me. Can I move another 30 feet back, or that's it?
I guess you could.
Like, I'm keeping my distance. It's like, I'm not going to fall for this mine trap. Let me see. Before I go, what can I do? I'm going to cast. You know what? Why the hell not? Desperate times call for desperate measures. I'm going to cast Feeble Mind on her. Well, try to. Spell Pin.
Okay. Nope.
Fail.
you try
You
to
see me.
you try to feeble mind her, and she's like matching the movements you make when you're using your somatic components, and you realize that your spell's just being canceled.
You see me run like, well, derp, 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 derp.
Anything else?
Okay, what does Sammy do? Sammy looks around. I go full defense, because no one's hurt right now. Well, actually, I walk towards the captain.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, Scourge, you're up.
I can take no action, right? Can I make another save?
Let's see here. I don't know that you can take no action. You're fascinated.
Yeah, that's what it
You
says.
sit quietly, taking no actions. It lasts as long as it lasts.
But didn't she approach him?
Oh, wait. Any obvious threat, someone drawing a weapon, casting a spell, or aiming at... Well, it doesn't say casting it at me, unfortunately. I don't know whether it's just vague or...
Yeah, I'll let you break that.
Because she cast a spell on somebody else?
No, it was on you.
Yeah.
Oh, she did it to... Oh, well, I would have should have
Yeah,
saved
remember
right
the
then. Yeah,
suggestion.
okay.
Yep.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
you're out.
We have any bonuses?
Same
Right
as last time.
What?
That's fine.
Just the +2? Okay. I will add this. Oh my gosh, you're killing me. Killing me.
And what were you trying to do? Sorry.
Total. Break the save. That's my saving throw.
No, you. I mean, like I said, you don't have to do anything. She tried to cast something on you, so you are out.
Oh, it's off
Yeah.
completely. Oh, I
Yep.
misunderstood. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You're
And
good.
she's close enough. I can't charge her, so
Also true.
I will 5 foot, and I'm going to use my brass knuckles so that I don't just kill her, and try to attack with subdual damage.
Okay.
Let's change that to brass knuckles and a shield bash. Put her on her batonkus. No, that's not going to work. Crap. 1 second, sorry. Put it there.
Still typing stuff.
Yeah, sorry. And our current bonus is 2 attack and damage. Adam? Or have you done anything to raise it?
No, I haven't raised
Okay.
it yet. Just
Oh, that's
because
right. You cast. Okay. No, 2.
okay.
That's fine. I'll make sure I got... Oh.
Okay.
What?
So 20 to hit. And then
Make
the
sure
bull rush.
that... yeah, that completely screwed up. It should be plus 10. 16, yeah. D3 plus... Wow, that's just completely screwed up. Ah, crap. Okay, well, we got to fix this one now. So it is supposed to be a total of... Wow, sorry guys, this is a train wreck. I'm plus 8 plus his 2, be a total of plus 10, and I roll a 16. So that's a 26
Okay, that will hit.
to hit.
Yeah,
17 damage. I'm sorry?
The bull rush is not going to hit. And your damage is immensely reduced versus her. He
All right.
very clearly has some form of damage resistance. As you just hit her skin, and she just kind of like... Her head goes sideways and then just resets back into position. Pretty easy.
Okay. And my second attack iterative is a... Once again, did not get my bonus. Yeah, oh no, it is just a 3. Okay, so yeah,
Okay, yeah.
20 to hit.
You try to hit her, and she ducks under the thing like a snake and comes
Yeah.
back up into your face.
What in the heck?
I
Okay,
mean,
I'll
how's
try
your
to fix
initiative
this.
so low?
I'm not sure.
Because you're a level.
8 Bab, 5 ability, -2, 2 weapon. Oh, power attack, -3 more. So
Okay, fair
-2
enough.
for 2 weapon and another -2 for power attack.
Fair enough.
I mean -3 for power attack. So
Okay. All
I
right.
believe that I will be done.
Be 5 footsteps back. And just waves her hand, and a series of water elementals begin popping out of the water.
Crap.
Wow, instant cast summoning. Holy crap.
Yep.
None of this full round crap for her.
So people who have spell-like abilities, they're
Yeah,
standard action rather than
they're standard actions, right?
Yeah.
I need to go grab some water elemental stats. Who knew I'd need water elementals tonight? I thought for sure you'd just knock her out instantly. But
She has so much resistance.
yeah, I didn't realize her spell resistance would be such a sticking point. Here. I get to act immediately on being summoned, so that's even worse. Okay. They pop into existence. You know, I'll step in off of the water.
No, Marcus.
Yeah, they're all probably going to start beating the hell out of Marcus. Marcus, what is your AC currently? Well, that was
17.
Oh. Bonked. Nope, you are. You're gonna get bonked a bunch. It'll be fine. You get hit every single time. Take 40
Great.
plus 20. Alright, you take 42 damage as these 2 water elementals just surge out of the water and just start slamming into you with both of their arms over and over again, trying to like drown you by forcing water down your face. Scourge, what is your AC?
I am not raging, so my current AC is 23. If they are definitely water creatures, so ooh, let's see what that is. +2, so 25 versus them.
Okay, these both connect as well. So you're going to take 18 points of damage. Laris.
Oh boy, we're in some world of hurt here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you could try to charm her again.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. The other option would try to be fearing the entire group. So I tell everyone to withdraw, and or I am about to fear them all. So I'll delay until after Master Scourge.
Okay. 6. And this is not the number of rounds we've been in. This is the number of rounds since you've arrived. Marcus, how you doing, buddy?
So I'm basically within range of 2 of these things.
Oh yeah, they have 10-foot reach.
Is there any way for me to disengage without taking a strike from either one?
You can 5-foot step to any of the squares that are beyond that 10-foot reach. So here, here.
Okay. I will do that.
Okay.
Okay, you step back.
And I will move away further.
So if you take a 5-foot step, you can't do any more movement. What you're doing is called a withdrawal, which is a full round action to just All you do is move, and you're.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't take any
Yep.
attacks.
All right.
So,
You sail back. What's your move speed? 30.
yeah.
All right, so you can go up to 60 feet away. All right, Maelstrom.
Okay. Sammy withdraws. Unfortunately, she takes the attack right here.
Yep. What's her AC?
31.
Okay, it's a 26.
Okay, so she gets right here. Those 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got 2 more. Damn. Mistral is like, try the feeble mind one more time.
Okay.
Battle pin.
No.
Hashtag fail.
Yeah, she
And I
just
keep.
while she's summoning the creatures with her left hand, she's like countering her spell with her right hand.
You see me keep running the other way.
Oh, the map doesn't go any farther, buddy. You gotta stick around here.
Did I start walking this way?
Okay. All right, Scourge. Your friends have all abandoned you.
Withdraw.
All right. You guys are gonna have to deal with her.
So Laris told you that you should withdraw so he can use spears.
Yeah. I'm trying to reset here, y'all. Give me a second. Sorry. Trying to figure out the shape this is going to be and where I have to be. Crap. I hate to have to do this.
So why don't you talk us through it?
I'm going to, well, if I'm 5 foot, I'm probably still going to be in the cone, aren't I?
Depends on what he's aiming at.
Yes. You're going to be in the cone unless you're
All right. I'll just
15
withdraw.
feet up.
Okay.
I'll get right beside him, though.
All right. I think might have taken one aim on the way out.
Or was I right
up
there?
next to, yeah, you were right up next to one of them. So no matter where you withdraw, you're gonna get attack. That is a 21.
No.
Okay. All right, Laris.
All right, here goes my. And because it's a necromancy spell, I get one more additional caster level. So that's my SR, 27.
Oh yes.
It's a DC 25, and my fear effect for all of the elementals, including her, is a cone of salt.
You're shooting salt at people, huh?
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything that would prevent extraplaners or. My only question would be, can elementals?
I think so.
Looks like they can be. All right. Roll for all of them. And what is the total? Oh no, they have failed. They have a +2, so that's 5, 6. They're all feared. What's the length of time for the fear?
It's going to be 11 rounds.
Okay.
And then my move action is to actually swift action, move action. Swift action is to change my song from Inspire Greatness to Sound Burst, which is a bardic performance for the Stormcaller. And she will need to make a fort save of 10 plus 7, or 5 plus 7 is 22.
Okay.
Yeah, half my level plus my charisma modifier, so.
Fails horribly.
Okay. So she's stunned and she'll take some damage, 3d8.
Okay. Excellent. How does this storm calling dance
Yeah.
drum beat
So-
turn into?
So I'll do a quick flick of the wrist with the staff bongo drums, and hold it high, and sound of a lightning bolt will just come down from the sky and strike her.
Excellent.
Some that's sonic damage.
Not bad.
5 foot, but I'm done. That's all I got.
Yeah. I'm trying to check and see if that's a move action or a standard action.
For the archetype, it's actually whatever your performance is.
It says you can use your performance to cast it similar to the spell Soundburst. Standard. We'll figure it out later. Alright, 22 points of damage.
So they're all feared?
All three of them are feared for long enough that by the time they get back, there will be an unsummoned.
All right, so let's run. Let's run for the fort.
Well, obviously...
She'll be way behind us.
Think so?
She can jump in the water and
If she's
follow
feared
us.
for 11 rounds, well, of course,
She's not feared.
She's feared for 1 round.
Oh.
Feared. Or she's not feared, she's stunned this round. Yeah,
Okay, I thought she failed, okay.
Did I just up that round marker? Focus on? Shit, let me check on the stream. Quickly. Did I change that? Nope, it was 6 before. Alright, needs to be 7. And Marcus, you're up.
Marcus, hold your action, Sammy says.
That was a really convenient use of the stream for once.
So, Sammy yells that out, and you see Marcus preparing, pulling back, and then just stops and holds and waits.
Alright, sure, Maelstrom.
You see Sammy bring out her Goblin War Drum and start playing it. And you see Marcus Flame start getting like a burst of inspiration of fire.
Okay, so what does that do?
Okay, let me look it up real quick. It's a little interesting item that no one ever...
Right. Why don't you look it up after you take your actual turn?
Okay. Well, it adds a +1 to each dice of fire damage, and all flames have the percentile of bursting into flames. Is interesting. Okay, I tried to hit her with the Scorching Ray again while she's stunned, hopefully.
Okay, are you
Can
using
penetrate.
Merciful?
Yes.
Okay.
Did I spell pen?
Nope.
Okay.
You don't have anything that doesn't have spell pen?
Just the Glarios, but...
Okay.
All right,
I'm trying to do
Marcus, your flames are 1 damage brighter.
per dice.
Per die. That's quite a lot.
To a max of 10.
Okay. Well, she's stunned, so I'm going to throw another Scorching Ray at her.
All right, I need you to make a spell pen on the spell. Those are both going to hit. Being stunned dropped her touch AC 14, I think.
Wow.
11. Yeah, so your spell starts going towards her, and the beams both look like they're going right dead on, and then they hit like this pane of water. And the flames start going brighter, and the water's just like hissing. And it just blocks the spell from ever reaching her.
See Marcus just start going "Whoa!" in frustration.
Because he's he doesn't have the patience of a full elf. That human part of him coming out. That's right, racism right there. Racism, baby. All right, Master Scourge.
All right, she's stunned, so he is going to move up and try to gankify her. I guess I will continue to use the brass knuckles, so I don't just kill her, but I only get a single attack. Oh, come on. Good grief.
You know it's been doing like no damage to her, right?
Yeah,
It
but
didn't
what else
deal
am I...
no. It definitely dealt some damage. It
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
just-
Um, well, I'm not taking the -2 for two-handed fighting, so... Oh, I forgot to do the ads. And I also didn't get any damage. Yay!
That'll hit, at least.
And what are my current bonuses, you guys? Anything?
You
Just the
definitely
2?
don't have Inspired
Plus
Greatness.
2.
Okay.
What's the +2
All right.
coming from?
Flag bearer within 30 feet.
Okay.
Okay. So that's 17 damage and a d6 sneak for 2, so 19 subdual.
Okay. A lot of it is just reduced by the
Yeah.
toughness of her skin.
Nothing I can do.
Supernatural. All right, Laris.
I'm going to try to charm her again, so she doesn't die. Let's try to go high. Her will save is ridiculous.
Try a reflex save sometime.
Yeah. Sure, it's a lot worse. Yeah, right.
Oh,
Okay, that will penetrate. So she needs to make a will save versus what?
charm monster. That DC.
I think she got it. 29.
Oh!
Jeez. I will inspire courage. So everyone has a +3 additional to their. As my drum beats are being louder and louder.
All right, yeah, like she sees your spell incoming and just rips it out of the air with one of her hands. It kind of turns into a claw for a second, and she's just like, "You think you can use enchantment on me? On me, Laris?"
She's blowing her saves out of the water just like crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Gonna 5-foot step to here and then spit in Scourge's face. I'm guessing that beats your touch AC, Scourge.
Oh, yeah. Let me check. I'll look it up. 1 minute.
Can you make a fort save real quick?
Sure. Let me just grab that. It's not all that impressive anymore. It used to be crazy. She is aquatic, so saves +2 versus spell like, and nothing else. It's just AC. So 23.
Okay, yeah. You managed to wipe it out of your eyes before you get horribly, horribly blinded permanently. All right.
Wait, I'm already blind. That was a waste of a spell.
It's not a spell. She's literally spitting poison in your face.
Okay.
I got even more blind.
If it was poison, I actually say it was better than that. But anyway.
Yep. All right. I feel like this is a good time to take a break with the parties like on the brink of running away, and she's now resorting. She's like done with spells. She's just like, and then the show comes up to be continued. So we'll be back in about 8 to 10 minutes here, guys. Enjoy some break music. We'll be back for another 2 hours.